Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Subhranshu Panda and here I am coming with the next section for you, which is an interesting session on Salesforce Anonymous Workplace. Without going to delay, let's start our today's session. But before going to start our today's session, I'll clear all your doubts like what we have said in promo video, what is Salesforce Anonymous Workplace we are going to do in today's session. We are not going to do any about out of the box in Salesforce. We are doing the in today's session about the Salesforce Chrome extension, which you can develop by your own, and make sure you can do your own by at end of the session. So you can do anything about, like, you can run your SQL query, you can run your anonymous code with your workplace, and you can get the execute from there, and you can get the result over there only. You cannot go to any workplace, any Salesforce tab, and you have to click on over there and you open have to do developer console and anything. Let's start today's session. And For today's session we have to just remember that we have don't have to knowledge about out of the box, like we have to just know about the Salesforce, the HTML, CSS, and very important is your JavaScript knowledge. So that is all for your today's session. So our today objective is overview of Chrome extension, what we require in Chrome extension, what are the main files, and next we can do our practical session with your live coding. Then we can give you the code and resources link, like a GitHub link, you can reference from there. So first let's start the overview of Chrome extension. Chrome extension require the three main files, which is pop-up file, background scripts, and content scripts. Pop-up file is nothing but like your custom UI. If you ever tried your any Chrome extension, when you click on any extension, um, the pop-up window is coming over your Chrome browser. That is nothing but your pop-up file, which is a HTML file. You can develop any UI if you want in a pop-up file. And then your background scripts, like it's handle all your background scripts like your global listener and event listener. Like we require the session time listeners, like what is the session ID for current user in Salesforce, that we have to develop with your background scripts. We have to get the permission from the user for the cookies attributes in the background scripts. And third, it is the important for the content scripts, like it has the access for your DOM file, and it is interacting with your DOM. So whatever activity we have to do with your pop-up file, we have to develop with your content scripts. So that's all for your Chrome extension. You can refer the more about your Chrome extension from your in Google search. I'm not going to detail about in this Chrome extension, but we have to do it a live session after that. It starts. Yeah, for this we required your anything favorite code editor. You can do it with your Sublime code editor and Notepad, whatever you want, but I'm going to develop with VS Code. I have the VS Code over there I have already installed. So just create one folder in your Windows Explorer and open with your favorite code editor. So I have already created one folder and I had opened with your my VS Code. First I will create one new file, which is your main.fist file, which is a main your configuration. So I'll create one new file. Sorry. So I'll create your main.fist file. Remember, you have to name it correct, otherwise it will not run properly in your Chrome extension. So I'll just copy my from the another projects. So I'll just copy over there. It is a basically it is a JSON file. We require the most configuration file. So I had created. So I'll just quickly copy all this code and I'll just paste it over there. Don't about the code. I'll give you the GitHub links for your reference. So first I'll just explain the one by one all of the parameters. So first, manifest version, it is the version of your for your Chrome extension. You have to set it at the 2. It is not to be changed. Next is your name. Whatever you have to give your name, like I'll give it my extension name, like my first, say my Salesforce extension. You can give anything, whatever you want to name your extension. Then you can give your extension version, like I'll give my version is 1.0.0. Then your content security policy, this is by default you're getting the policy for your user for the Chrome extension. And you can give your description for your like user can see what is the Salesforce extension this is going to be do. Then browser action is nothing but your file, main file, which is going to be populated or pop up when you click on the extension. So I'll create pop-up HTML in soon. So next is your permission. You have to give the cookies attribute, activate tape, and you have to mention the domains over there, like on in which domain you have to run your Chrome extension. Then your background, we'll see the background scripts in next in few minutes, but first I'll create my pop-up file. So let's start with your pop-up HTML. So pop-up HTML I'll just create. Yeah, the pop-up file getting created. I'll just click over my different project and I'll just copy all the codes. As I said, don't worry about this code. I'll give you all this code when GitHub session. So first I'll remove all this code for your understanding purpose, and just I'll add only the header tag, which is the S3 tag, and I'll remove this code also and just save it, all these files. Now we have to create the one folder which is going to be our scripts folder. All scripts are going to save into this folder, and under the script we have to mention our content script and background JS. So let's create one script, background JS. Yes, and then we have to again create our content script. So I'll just copy the name, your content script, create one file, and I'll just save it. And I'll just background JS, I'll just write the console log. I am in background script. Okay, and same we'll copy all this code and we'll paste it in content script also, and we'll see whether the code is running properly or not in our Chrome extension. So we have saved all our files. Okay, so I guess we have missing something, like for your background we have written, and for the content script we have to mention the content scripts. Yeah, so you have to add the content scripts also. Just remove all this, and yeah, we have mentioned the content script, and we have the run a document here, which is required for your content scripts. All we can give many more files in the JavaScript in this array of these script files, but yeah, let's first save this, all this, and background JS we have saved, content script saved, pop-up saved. Now let's test with our Chrome extension. So first quickly go to your Chrome browser and just find out for more tools, then your extension, and if the developer mode is not enabled, you have to enable the developer mode. Then you have to insert load unpacked, then I'll just go to these files. Yeah, I'll just upload this file. Yeah, I get an error. Okay, so we have missed out something from your script file. So let's test with, yeah, we have created this scripts file and we have not mentioned save. So let's save it and we'll try again to retry it. now also we are going with some error. Let's test it what we have. Yeah, save scripts. Now we verify it. Yeah, it's saved and we have given the my Salesforce. So let's test the background page whether it is not working or working. Yeah, I am in background script. So let's test with our Salesforce login also. So I log in with my Salesforce. Let's test it whether it is working or not. Where we have to go my Salesforce. Yeah, just pin it. This, yes. Now just check with your whether the content script is working or not. Yeah, SQL Salesforce which is working. Spec over there. So I guess our content script is not working. Let's see what I'm going to open. Yeah, we have missed out our lightning domain. So let's fix this. We have added this also. Let's refresh it in extension. So let's refresh this. Now refresh it the browser also. Yeah, content script is now working perfectly. So now content script is working. Let's do some scenario. We have going to do some practical this content script. Let's test this code. We are going to replace the background page header with your blue section. Let's test this whether it's working or not, but first let's get into the classic version. We have replaced our class, that's why. So yeah, now it's working. Let's refresh it, our extension also. Okay, now yeah, it is going to be blue and it is a blue, so it's working perfectly. So I guess you have an idea now what is content script and what is background script. So you can do your content script in this session, and you have to check when background is working or not. You will just click on the background page and get an idea, and you will get the console log, so you can log over there in background scripts. So this is all about background script and content script. Let's try with your Salesforce workplace and we'll do some query over with your R extension. So let's test this also. So I'll just quickly copy all my code for pop-up file and I'll add it into my this project. So we are going to do the Salesforce SQL extension. This is give you the query results in your Excel file. For this we are using the JS Force main.js. This is the GitHub repository where you can get all the JavaScript methods by default, and this script is required for your converting your records in your Excel, or you can get into the CSV file. So and we require the pop-up.js also. So I'll just quick over the add all this JS file and I'll get back to you. Yes, I had added the JS Force and this file JS file, and I had created the pop-up.js also. Don't worry about these JS files, I'll give you all this in my GitHub repository. So before going to start with your pop-up.js, let's save all these files and let's test with our extension is working or not properly. So I'll just refresh it. I'll just check my background page is working or not. It is working perfectly. Now I'll just go to my Salesforce and let's check pop-up file is working or not. Content scripts file working, loading. Yeah, my context scripts also working perfect. Now we'll check our extension. Yeah, our query is also working, like our UI is working, not execute method is working right now. So we are going to develop this. So I'll just show you what we have did. We have added the two script files. We have written SQL Salesforce which I header. We have written the text area for our enter the SQL query. You can do any SQL query over there. I'll just added some simple ID from lead, and we have given the one button for executing, and we have given the pop-up.js, which is the pop-up.js like is working for this file. So this is a JavaScript file. We can do many things or functions, or we can do any scripts over there. So let's first add the listener. As I said in earlier, I have to add the background.js first. So let's I test first. I'll just add my code. I'll add my listener in my background.js. So I'll just add this. Yeah, so it's the listener which going to add our SID, or we'll get the cookie attribute from our domain, Salesforce domain, and we'll get your SID, which is a what is the session ID for your current user, as I said earlier. So I'll add this in SID, and I'll just add it into the post message, so it'll get added into the extension. And next we have to give the pop-up.js all the files. I'll just quickly over copy all this code. First we have the two lines, like we have connected, we have declared the connected null document query selector, which is going to be get the execute from your button from this, and getting save into the event listener, and it will get the session from a background.js. So this is, and then we have to write the one function which is going to be add your get session. So it is a Chrome tab query, like we have query using this pop. This is JS Force, which we have the different default function over there. So we are going to use this using. So let's. I'll give you all this scenario what we are going to do. So first we'll check the query attributes, like what is a query selector, which get the query from your pop-up file, and will get saved into the this file. We'll check whether it is perfect query or not, and if it is not, then it gives you the error. Then we'll check what is the tab for this Salesforce tab. Then we check the tab URL, whether it is a lightning or it is a classic version. Then it is a classic version, then it will add your domain also. Remember, for this Chrome extension you require the domain also. So if it is not added yet in your Salesforce organization, you have to add your domain. And recently Salesforce has also said that you have to add the domain in next versions for this Salesforce. So you remember this. So next we'll get, if I'll get the session, then we will save into the port. Then we'll check your HTTPS and we replace with a blank. Then if I'll get the message received, if I'll give the session, then I'll just set the console log, which is message received. Then we'll get check the server URL, instance URL, and we'll set the version over there. And for that, execute query. I'll just copy this execute query also. So let's copy this query. So this is the main. We'll get the result for execute query. This get your value in the query value attribute and getting saved into the late variables. Then it will get the records from your Salesforce and getting saved into the object, and delete the attributes from your browser for your cookie set session. Then it will export CSV. It will, what we do, it will get the result and it will save into the export into the CSV file. So I'll just add the export CSV also. Yeah. All saved. Now what we'll do, it will get your file, it will get your result and it will get saved into the result.csv, and it will automatically download into the browser. So let's save all these files and let's check whether it is working or not perfectly. We have saved all this. Let's try with your extension. First we refresh it. Yeah, then background page is working or not, we'll check. It's working perfectly. Now we'll go to our Salesforce and we'll refresh it. Now we have to check whether a content script is working or not. It is working, then we'll add this blue section in our header. So yeah, it is working perfectly. Now check with your select ID. So let's try with our some modification with your query. Let's try with your first name added into this code. And most important thing, you can check the logs here also. You just inspect, and when you click on execute method, okay, just a minute, it is showing JS Force window is not there. We have to check whether it is resolved or not. Let's try again, and we are getting an error. Let's just check first our code. So here is our code. Yeah, we have again missed our scripts. So let's modify this file. Scripts. Just a minute. Yeah, we have replaced our script with scripts. We have missed so much over the background script and JS content script, and we have missed in pop-up also. So we have saved this file. Now test with our extension. We have refreshed it. Now just a minute. We have refreshed. Background script is working perfectly. Now we have to reload again our Chrome. We have to check whether it is blue or not. If it is blue, then content script also working. Let's test this first. Going to reload. Yeah, content script is working perfectly. Now we have to check. Let's test inspect over any error or not. Now also we have one error, pop-up JS. What we have missed? So it is a pop file, not a pop-up file. Okay, so you have to remember all this. If you are going to miss something, your spelling mistakes, then also it is not working properly. Yeah, background script is working. Now we have to again reload our extension or your browser. Let's test this. It is working or not. Yeah, content script also working. Now test it. Inspect. Our console is not any error. Now let's modify this query. First name and last name. Yeah, it's working perfectly. Now we will check whether it is doing something or not. Console message received. See, we have give the session ID, so we have get the session ID for this, and query select ID, and we get the result also. And we have saved with your result CSV file. So just open this file. You have to check whether it is get the result or not. Yeah, first name, last name, working perfectly. So I get the result from my extension, and I get the result into CSV file also. So this is all for your Chrome extension. You can do it more with your this extension. You can write anything query. You can get the execute, and you can check the inspect from the log file also. So let's check again. We have the get the result. Yes, we have get the result for your query. You can here do the anonymous code also, and you can execute over there also. And this is the main JS course I had added into the code. So you can check the documentation and you can check the GitHub also repository. And for Node.js you can set up, you can do with your web browser, you can do with your Visual Force also, and you can do with your command line also. This is a very powerful JS Force GitHub repository, I guess, and you can do many more with your this extension. So as I said, we give you the practical session. I had my best. I did my best to get this session best for you. So I hope you like it, and I'll give you the GitHub section also. I'll give you the this is my GitHub link repository. So this had the added pop-up HTML, Memphis.json, and you get the all the script files over there, background content script, JS Force, paper parse for your CSV file upload, exporting, and your Power.js. I'll just add this extension, my GitHub repository into my GitHub sources. Don't worry, I'll add this into the my description into my video, and if you like it, then subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. If you like it and enjoy it, you can do it much more better for our next session. So let's end of this session. If you have any query and any doubts, you can do it comment section, and I'll get back to you in the comments. Thank you. Bye bye.